What's going on, family? For some reason, we're always at a place in our marriage and our relationships to where when things are not right, we stop feeding our marriage and our relationship. We stop doing what we are supposed to do emotionally. When it comes to us getting up every morning, going to work, taking care of the kids, our responsibilities, that right there is never going to change. Because we know if we don't do that, then our life, we feel like our life has stopped or is at a standstill. But the person that you're in love with, the person that you wake up to, the person that you have fallen in love with, when you neglect them and you stop feeding your love tank, your marriage and your relationship starts to take a pitfall. They notice it. The problem with us is that how is it when things are perfect, your love language is, you're able to communicate on a great level. You're able to let this person know that you love them, that you're thinking about them. You text them throughout the day. You shoot an email saying, hey, I love you, I miss you. You know, both of you all at work, you're doing your thing or whatever. But then when things are not right, and the person tells you that they love you, you dismiss that and you send them back a message saying, well, have a great day. Or I hear you. Or pretty much, I'll talk to you later. These are the issues and the red flags that later on is going to not only come back and be an issue in your marriage, your relationship, but it's also going to be an issue with the person that seems to deflect them. Because for some reason, they always dismiss their emotions. They actually just put themselves in a place to where they're so focused on trying to appease and please themselves that they can be selfish with their love. They don't see this. They don't see this until it's too late. They don't see this until every relationship and marriage that they're in, they're unhappy because they're trying to find their happiness in a feeling and not understanding that love is not a feeling. Love is just, it's as much as an action as well as a feeling. But regardless of that, you cannot dismiss how a person or what you bring into the marriage and expect for the love to blossom. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that's always expressing themselves. They're the ones that's always emotional. They're the ones that's sitting up and saying, you know what? I am giving my all. It doesn't matter how bad and how upset I get at you. I never stop telling you how much I love you and I care about you. Every time you do this, it does nothing but stifle your marriage and your relationship. And you wonder why things are not able to pan out or things are not able to move forward. A lot of it starts with you. If we continue to do this, then we are not going to be happy. We cannot allow our emotions to get the best of us, that we stop being, allowing our love tank to run on empty. Because every time you do that, you fill up, then you go all the way back down. And it takes just as much effort to fill it up as it does to make sure it stays filled up. But I'd rather put in the work trying to make sure it stays filled up than to always be going back and forth trying to fill it back up. Now, I get it. We all deal with situations. We all have things that that we always go through. That's okay. But regardless of that, you have to take the responsibility for your marriage and your relationship to make sure that you all are heading in the right direction. Regardless of work, regardless of responsibility, regardless of how frustrated you get at your job, regardless of where you all are at in your marriage and your relationship, if you don't put in the necessary work that you need to put in for your marriage and your relationship, regardless of what relationship you get in next, you're going to deal with the same exact trauma. You're going to deal with the same exact issues because you're going to sit and point the finger at them when the real issue is you, because you don't want to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? They're right. When things are not right, I shut down. I shut down to the point to where I stopped saying I love you. I stopped saying I cared about you. I stopped doing all of those things. And every time you do this, it not only affects you, but affects everything that you touch. Because then you're trying to make up for the love and the affection that you all have when you got to wake up next to this person, when you got to communicate with them on the phone, when you got to email them, when you got to just communicate with them just based off of certain deals and different things that's going on. and you sit up and you try to ignore what you all are dealing with. You can't do that. It's so unfair. So let's be honest with ourselves. Stop dismissing your love language. Stop dismissing your feelings. Regardless of how bad it is, continue to show love to each other. Continue to grow together. Continue to be there for each other. Because I'm going to tell you this. There's nothing outside the doors. There's nothing out here right now. We always think the grass is green on the other side. And it has nothing to do with it. And realistically speaking, you all, it's nothing but the fertilizer that they're watering their grass with. Yeah. All the mess they're going through. They're enduring it. And the grass is getting greener and greener. Yeah, I get it. You're going to have weeds in that grass too. You're going to have a lot of things in that grass. But regardless of that, I'd rather be with someone that's able to communicate and we're able to love each other through our differences than to be with someone that continues to dismiss what we're dealing with and stop expressing their love.